Hi, I'm Bernie Flynn. At New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Company, we believe that all citizens need to be informed about the important issues that affect their daily lives. That's why we're proud to support programming produced by Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank, Cohn Resnick, providing accounting, tax, and advisory services for more than 90 years. The Russell Berry Foundation, Fedway Associates, Inc., PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. The law firm of Gibbons, P.C., and by Health First New Jersey.
This is One-on-One.
That's good acting, yeah.
I get that a lot. I go to Atlantic City all the time, like, are you the guy? I go, no, I'm not.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
They thought that I wouldn't survive it, but I knew I would.
Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. Everything you ever wanted or needed to know about your heart, you're about to find out. We have Dr. Joseph Parrillo, chairman of the Heart Vascular Hospital at Hackensack University Medical Center. Good to see you, doctor.
Thank you for having me.
So much going on in this field. By the way, ventricular assist device, VAD, put that in perspective, and then we'll talk about heart disease overall. What is VAD?
So ventricular assist device is a assist device for the heart. It basically is an artificial heart that allows the heart, when it becomes very, very weak, to still pump enough blood to sustain life. And we started to produce these artificial hearts in the 1970s and 80s, but they didn't become reasonable in terms of clinical medicine until the last 5 or 10 years. But now they're terrific. They're
great
really
advancements.
Great advancements. And at Hackensack, we have a ventricular assist device program. We put them in patients several a month now, and as you know, the former Vice President Dick Cheney had a ventricular assist device, did very well with his ventricular assist device for several years, and then chose to have a heart transplant.
Well, I'm going to talk about this aortic valve replacement, otherwise known as TAVR, in just a second. Put heart disease in context for us.
So heart and vascular disease are the big killers in America. I don't understand completely, as a heart doctor for 30 plus years, why all the attention is given to cancer and specific cancers. Maybe the people in heart disease don't do as good a job of letting people know about it. But 800,000 people will die of heart disease, and I think very importantly, it produces major illness. It produces heart failure, where you're short of breath all the time, produces stroke, where you can't move one side or you can't talk. I mean, it's not only that it causes people to die, it causes people to be disabled. And it's not recognized, I think, by the population.
You know, beyond the public education piece of this, which you're a part of and you've been talking about for a long time, I'm always curious about the prevention part. I said to you before we got on the air that heart disease is part of the family bloodline, the genetics, if you will, of my family. My grandfather, whom I did not know on my father's side, passed well before I was born. My father's younger brother passed from heart disease, my grandfather from heart disease. My father's had some heart issues. But I guess I said to you, because I exercise on a regular basis, because I have a different diet, because it's a different time, and I'm obsessed with trying to take care of myself, I'm thinking I'm going to beat it.
And you are.
I am, but
yeah.
I have the same genes, don't I?
Yeah. I guess the point that I would make is that the therapies that we've developed in the last 30 years have made an enormous difference. So number one, we're able to control blood cholesterol, blood lipids. Number two, we're able to control blood pressure, very important. Number three, we're able to convince people that they should stop smoking.
That's big.
That's
big factor.
Big time, and obviously completely preventable. Number four, we control diabetes much better than we used to in terms of the therapies that we have. And people eat a better diet. There's less less difficulty with obesity in your generation. However, you know, we're worried, seriously worried about the younger generation because, in fact, they're showing signs of increasing obesity.
And a direct correlation between obesity and heart disease.
Absolutely.
The TAVR program, T-A-V-R, put it in context. What is it?
So,
put it in context.
Transcatheter, it means that you're using a catheter, not a surgical incision. Aortic valve replacement. The aortic valve is between the major pumping chamber of the heart and the rest of your body.
Right.
And if it becomes narrowed, that's called aortic stenosis. If it becomes narrowed, essentially you'll die eventually. You develop heart failure and other symptoms. And most of the time we do surgery and we go in and replace the aortic valve. However, many patients aren't a candidate to have the aortic valve replaced. They can't undergo the surgery. The surgery is too dangerous.
Because of what, age?
Heart disease of another form, or lung disease, or they've got another kidney disease, things that make the operation itself so serious that you can't operate on the patient. So therefore, we can now replace the aortic valve using a technique where you go into a blood vessel in your leg and you thread a catheter up into the heart, and a balloon expands and actually pushes the old valve out of the way and puts a new valve in, all within about 5 seconds. It's an extraordinary...
How new is this technology?
I'm sorry?
How new is this procedure?
So this has been done now for about a year in the United States.
How successful?
Very successful. We've done some 35 procedures at Hackensack, and other hospitals have also done these procedures. There's been thousands done across the world. Western Europe has done more than the United States. For instance, in Germany now, about a third of all the valve replacements are done by this technology.
A third?
A third.
Before I let you out of here, the research part of this is huge. Research and education. Biggest cutting edge research that we're, the clinical side of this, on the research that we need to be thinking about is what?
Well, I think there's a number of, the technology really is, you know, that we've talked about, ventricular assist devices, transcatheter aortic valve replacement. However, probably the biggest findings are going to be from the cellular level. So for instance, right now we're doing a study. If you have a heart attack, what that means is that one of your coronary arteries got blocked and there wasn't enough blood flow to your heart muscle and your heart muscle died. That is dead muscle now, so there's really not much that can be done about it. However, if we take stem cells, these are cells from your bone marrow, so from the patient's bone marrow, remove the stem cells and inject them down a catheter into the infarct. In fact, those stem cells, I realize this sounds amazing.
It is amazing.
Turn into heart muscle cells and make the infarct go away. And we're doing that research now at Hackensack and a lot of other places around the country. So now that's research. That's not proven yet. But that's
it causes us to be hopeful.
It does, absolutely.
Dr. Joseph Parrillo, I want to thank you for joining us and putting things in perspective. The reason to be hopeful, but we still have to eat right, exercise, do not smoke.
Very important.
And take care of ourselves. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Doctors in the house. Stay with us one-on-one. We'll continue right after this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
There he is, Scott Doty, founder and chief executive officer of BrainStorm Tutoring and Arts. Good to see you. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
It's been a few years that we've had you on.
Yes, sir. A couple of years now, or 3 years ago, maybe.
That's right. Tell everyone what BrainStorm is.
BrainStorm Tutoring and Arts is the premier network of academic mentors in northern New Jersey. So we specialize in all school subjects, K through 12, and also standardized tests.
It's good stuff. And I would ask what kind of students get tutored, but the fact is, my son Stephen, who is actually studying abroad in Spain as we do this program, is a student at Fordham, a junior. you guys tutored him.
That's right.
As he was getting ready for his SATs, a lot of stress.
Everyone's favorite test.
Stressful, right?
Stressful, but fun.
Oh, he didn't say it at the time.
He didn't really say that.
But you got to work him through that. And it's not just,
Yeah.
put that in perspective, because it wasn't just my son's experience. I know you
Right.
did this for so many other students. Describe the approach at BrainStorm.
Okay.
Because, you know, we picked you guys. His mom and I picked you guys, but other parents pick you, but they have other options as well.
Yeah.
Other parents pick other organizations as well. What is the difference between BrainStorm and other organizations who do something that they perceive as similar?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. I would say that we, first of all, focus on academic mentorship, we say, rather than tutoring per se. In other words, we believe that there's a difference qualitatively between building a relationship with the student one-on-one and the relational strength that results leads to increased motivation, increased organizational skills, buy-in, commitment to the cause. Whereas I feel like certainly in school and other companies, there's a sense of, I'm a teacher, I'm smarter than you, I'm talking at you, you will take down the notes and like it. And so instead there's a greater sense of reciprocity in the relationship that we try to create. We also are what we say C2A, committed to achievement.
C2A.
C2A, committed to achievement, which is
versus?
to say, versus C2C, committed to curriculum.
What's the difference?
We find that a lot of companies out there have a sense of, here's our curriculum that we will force upon you and you better like it. And don't worry, if it doesn't go well for you, we'll let you take it again for a discounted price. And that's not really very helpful because it wasn't that helpful in the first place. Why do I need to take it again for a discount?
Right.
What we'd rather be is committed to achievement, which is to say, your son is like no one else. So I'm gonna get to know him, I'm gonna care about his interests, I'm gonna understand his challenges, and I'm gonna try to push him to be the best he can be, and it forces me to be innovative rather than sticking to a curriculum.
I'll ask you about the new center that you guys developed in just a minute, but I'm curious about this. I asked you this a few years ago when you joined us on one-on-one, but you can notice we have a new set. It's beautiful.
Awesome, doing
right?
great.
We're growing, you guys are growing,
Yeah.
right? So I'll ask you this again for those who may have missed that program. How did you get into this?
Oh.
And why?
That's a good question. I basically fell into it because after I went to school in Boston, I went to a school called Tufts University, and I had great experience.
We've heard of it.
Have you heard it? Okay, it's a small school. I do love it.
I went to Rutgers, you know.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah, okay,
it's a great
go
school. I had a great experience. I came home, and like many young people these days who are, talented, have a great resume, they kind of don't know what to do with themselves. There are a lot of options, and I was besieged with options in a lovely way, but I didn't feel like I had a great direction. So I went back to my guidance office at Ramsey High School, my favorite school.
Bergen County, New
Bergen
Jersey.
County, New Jersey. And they said, listen, you tutored when you were in high school, and we thought you did a great job. We'll recommend you to people. So I started doing it, and I found just a great love for it. And the thing I love about it, besides, like I said, the building of relationships with kids, I really feel like I make an impact that's long-term. We always say at BrainStorm that we want to help with short-term results, but with long-term skills as well. And so, like with your son, I love the opportunity to have, invested in him. And now he's off and he's seeing the world and he's probably using some of the skills we've talked about, and it's very gratifying to me.
The business part of it, though. I mean, so much of this for you, when I first met you, I thought, he really seems like he cares about these young people. Doesn't seem like, obviously, he does. And he wants to make a difference. But you're running a business. The business skills, the finance part of it, the capital part of it, the management of people part of it. Where did you learn that?
I am learning that.
Aren't we always, all the time?
I don't claim to be an expert, but I am learning, and I am blessed with great staff, people who have come on board who share my vision. I borrowed them, stole them. I found a way, because they're just some great young professionals in the area, and in essence, I shared the vision, and they bought into the vision, which is, we're trying to impact young people. We're trying to create life opportunities for kids. And so there are some great teachers, in fact, and engineers, architects. I've actually gone out to the field and lured a few of them away to work with me full time because they've really found that, like I said, it's a very gratifying, very fulfilling job. But yeah, all the business side of things. I actually went to Australia. I got a business degree.
You did?
I was on a scholarship through an organization called Rotary. I'm sure you're aware of it.
Yes.
So Rotary gave me an ambassadorial scholarship.
They ring the bell at lunch.
Is that right?
Yeah. You didn't see that?
I didn't see
Rotary
that.
rings the bell.
Interesting. That's cool. Well, it's a beautiful organization, and they sponsored my master's degree abroad. That was a
that's
great honor. And so I got a master's degree in business, and I came back with it to start this company.
Good for you.
Yeah.
The center that everyone's talking about, what is the center that you guys are running, and why is it significant?
Okay, so It's in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. Right. It's in a strip mall where the flagship store is called Market Basket. That's me jumping because I have awesome jumping skills, and that's our sign.
You tutor in jumping skills?
I tutor, exactly. That's one of the many things we do. So you'll notice that in the space, what we're going for is something that feels more comfortable. It's
you can look at it over here, Scott.
Oh, may I? Thank you.
You don't have to turn your head around. Go ahead.
That's fine. So there's a sense that students are not in more, quote unquote, more school. They come there. There's a sense that they're in a home. They feel comfortable. They're able to be at ease and yet still stimulated. We're trying to find the right balance there. You'll see me pointing at a big whiteboard. I actually just painted a big wall with whiteboard paints and framed it out, and that's where I give my SAT classes. And you see, again, all the different touches we've put in there to make it feel like it's a place where kids can honestly let their hair down, so to speak, and really connect, like, again, relationally with the people who are there.
How do you recruit for these kids? Is it through the parents or the kids, or both?
It's all word of mouth in terms of how we
gain
clients, you mean?
Yeah, is it buzz?
It's all buzz,
so to speak.
It's, yeah, in essence.
Is it social media buzz, word of mouth, what?
Yeah, we do all those things. I just find that they haven't been as fruitful as just doing the job well. And
what do you mean?
Well, I guess what I mean is that I help produce short-term results for the kid, and the parents feel great about that. And I also build some sense of long-term skills, and the family can sense that the kid is somehow qualitatively different and more confident, more self-aware. And there's a sense of the family that this has been a successful relationship.
And what, they tell someone else?
And then they're on the sideline of the soccer game. They tell five girlfriends.
So word of mouth doesn't get old.
That's the only way.
It is, right?
I mean, there are a lot of other things that I feel like are peripheral that maybe help and bolster, but the core product always has to be, you know.
You are an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir. Guilty.
You are.
Yeah, that's it. But I love it. It's a great thing.
Right?
It's not for everybody. I tell people that all the time. It's demanding. And for example, this new thing that we're doing in Franklin Lakes is really taking off in the sense that the trajectory is really great, but in the short term, financially it hurts. And you have to take a risk, you know, and you have to believe in what you're doing. I'm at that center because all the owners of that whole center are also clients, and they've allowed me to say that. And so they invited us, and they said, we love BrainStorm, we've had a great experience, we think you should open your first center, and this is our shot at it.
Last question before I let you out here. What's it feel like that you're the man, it's all on your shoulders? Come on, right? I love it here, right? I love that if I fail, we fail. Like we don't get sponsors, we're out of business. Did you know that, Steve? John, did you know that?
Scary.
No, these guys don't know that.
They have no idea.
They're like, you got to check? You know,
exactly.
You ever feel that way? You ever feel alone that it's just us?
I do, and I'm one of those weird people. I'm one of those weird people who likes it. I like the feeling sometimes that it's on my shoulders.
You know why? Because we have a good team.
We have a great team, and I believe in them, and I think they believe in me.
Okay, listen, I'm just teasing you. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
I appreciate it.
All right, and if my kid fails,
it's on me.
You screwed up. Okay.
It's fine.
Scott Doty is the founder and CEO of BrainStorm Tutoring and Arts. It's good to see you. Keep it up.
My pleasure.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
One-on-one will continue right after this. You're the man.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
There he is, our good friend Joe Roth, President and Chief Executive Officer, New Jersey Organ and Tissue Sharing Network. Good to see you, Joe.
Good to see you, Steve.
Every time you're here, we learn something new. And by the way, what you need to learn is on the website, you're going to see, get rid of my name, you don't need to see that. Steve Adubato, he's here all the time. But the network is going to be up there. And Joe, by the way, tell everyone when they go on the network why it's important and what they can do with it.
Well, when you go on our website, it's so that you can learn about organ donation, why it's so important, how many people are dying every day because they can't get a transplant, and how many people can be saved by one organ donor.
18 people die every day waiting for a transplant. 5,000 New Jersey residents, folks, 5,000 New Jersey residents waiting for transplants, okay?
Yep.
One organ donor, get this, folks, one organ donor can save up to 8 lives.
Correct.
And enhance up to 50 lives. Put that in context and explain it to us, Joe.
Well, the enhancing side is when they can become a tissue donor. So you can donate eyes, skin, heart valves, bone that gets processed into orthopedic products. So up to 50 different products can be developed from one tissue donor. So that's how people can have their lives enhanced. So if you need a new ACL, for instance, you blew out your knee, that comes many times that comes from a deceased tissue donor. If you're having spinal surgery, sometimes the product that they use to fuse your spine comes from donor bone. Dental work is, they use crushed bone to help the implants stick for hip replacements, knee replacements, and so on and so forth. A lot of that comes from processed tissue.
It's interesting. The last time you joined us, I guess about a year and a half ago, we have a long-term commitment to working with Joe on trying to promote organ donation. And again, I have my, my license. I've got the information on my card that says, okay, I'm going to do the right. I'm not saying that for any other reason other than to say it's easy to do. Put that into context for folks. One, they can go on the website and then get more information. But two, put it in context with your driver's license.
Well, the driver's license is a nice vehicle for us to get people to register their wishes.
What do you do? You go to your driver's license.
You go on site. Either you go to the MVC agency, or you go on site on the online site.
That's the Motor Vehicle Agency.
Correct, the Motor Vehicle Commission Agency, and you register your wishes to be an organ donor, and that's tantamount to consenting to be an organ donor, so that your family will know your wish has already been made, and it'll be there. We can look it up and then tell the hospital when, God forbid, a tragic accident.
And so there's no debate later on.
It makes that a lot easier. There's very little debate.
What have we found since the last time you were with us? What has changed since the last time you were with us, Joe, in terms of public response? Have you seen a spike? Have you seen more people saying, yes, I want to do this?
Well, we've seen an increase in the number of people on the Motor Vehicle Commission donor registry. It's gone from about 25% to almost 34%. It's still not enough from our perspective. We certainly want it. We'd like to see it at least 50%.
What's standing in the way of us at least getting to 50? What are the Go ahead. Let's go right. Every time you're here, we talk about misconceptions. I still can't believe there are as many, or what they are still blow me away as well. What are the misconceptions still out there about organ donation?
I think they're still the same that have always been out there. First and foremost is religious beliefs. There are people who feel that their religion won't allow them to become organ donors, and yet there's no major religion who says, no, that's not true. All major religions advocate donation as a charitable process and a charitable gift.
Right.
So that's the biggest one we hear. The others are some of the myths about urban legends, like going to a bar, meeting somebody, and the next thing you know, you wake up in a bathtub full of ice and your kidney's gone. That certainly doesn't happen. And then the one about when I come to the hospital, and if they know I'm going to be an organ donor, they're not going to treat me aggressively. They'll just treat me so I can become an organ donor.
No history of that, Joe?
None at all. None at all. Not the least bit. There's another legend about the wealthy can jump the list and get, if you're wealthy or you're a famous person, you can get special treatment on getting an organ, and that's not true either.
Kelly Ripa, set this up for us. Kelly Ripa's doing a PSA.
About organ donation and how it's a righteous thing with ABC's, I think his name's Dr. Besser.
Listen, all I know is if Kelly Ripa's doing it, it's a powerful message. You got a great messenger. Let's look at the Kelly Ripa PSA.
You could be an organ donor.
I can't donate my organs if I die.
Yes, you can.
It's against my religion.
No. All major religions approve of donation as an act of charity.
It's expensive. They'll charge my family.
Not true. There's no cost to families of organ donors or tissue donors.
Doctors won't try to save my life if they know I'm a donor.
That's not true. They're not even part of the organ donation team.
The whole idea is to go after the myths, the misconceptions, right?
And it's, no matter, it's the spirit that goes to heaven, it's not the body. So if you can do good with your body when something tragic befalls you and you can't survive, then why not do it? It's a righteous thing. That's the thing. And that's what we try to explain to people. And we're getting more traction with that message, but there's still a lot. We have a very diverse community here in New Jersey, which requires us to address a whole lot of different ethnic groups and religious groups.
By the way, folks, put up the website again one more time as I asked Joe this question. Deal with the question of how you move up the donor list, or the list to get an organ.
The recipient list?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I know the right people. I moved up to the top.
Doesn't happen. The allocation system has been designed to allocate the organs to the person who needs it the most. And so besides having to match blood type, and sometimes it's time waiting, your physical status, the sicker you get, the faster you move up the list, especially with you know, organs other than kidneys. Kidneys are still a little more complicated.
Right.
But it's the person who's sickest gets the organ.
You're a nonprofit.
We are a nonprofit.
Where's all your money come from?
Well, we do get reimbursed for our services from the centers that receive the organs. We also raise money through our Sharing Network Foundation,
That's right,
which provides grants to us for public education efforts and programs.
And how about individuals who want to support you?
Well, that's how we do it. Is if anybody wants to support us, you can go to our website.
You've had it up the whole time. By the way, you can get more information or you can contribute. It's an important organization. Joe Roth, President and Chief Executive Officer of the New Jersey Organ and Tissue Sharing Network. Every time you're with us, we learn something new. We're proud to be your partner in this effort. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate it.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks for watching. Now let's continue the conversation about this and other important topics and issues on Facebook. Visit my page at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Investors Bank, Cohn Resnick, providing accounting, tax, and advisory services for more than 90 years, the Russell Berry Foundation, Fedway Associates, Inc., PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. The law firm of Gibbons PC. And by Health First New Jersey. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey. And by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.
Health First New Jersey Medicare Plan is growing in the Garden State. Thousands of members in Bergen, Essex, Hudson, Passaic, and Union counties depend on Health First New Jersey Medicare Plan. And in January 2012, Health First New Jersey Medicare Plan will be available in Somerset and Middlesex counties as well. If you're eligible for Medicare and live in New Jersey, find out more about Health First New Jersey Medicare Plan. Health First New Jersey Medicare Plan. Feel good about your healthcare coverage.
This is One-on-One. Join me as we get up close and personal with some of today's most compelling personalities.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
Weeknights at 7 on NJTV and 12:30 a.m. on WNET.